was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not an engine was stirring, not even ours. The Harleys were parked in the garage with care, in the hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while sounds of blablums echoed in their heads. Mrs. Kiwi Rider and I down we sat, and settled ourselves for a bourbon nightcap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the chair to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The fact that it was summer and the sun was still out gave the luster of midday to objects about. When what to my wandering eyes should I see but a black-studded sleigh towed by 8 Harley D's. With a leather-clad driver so ornery and slick, I thought for a moment, is that Saint Nick? More rapid than eagles, his engines they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now street glide, now sport glide, now street bob and iron, on crossbones, on custom, deluxe and lowrider. To the side of the porch, to the left of the wall, now brap away, brap away, brap away all. As riders that before the wild hurricane ride, when they meet with an obstacle, go round the other side. So up to the house, the engines they drew, with the sleigh full of Milwaukee 8s and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the drive the revving and idling of each mighty ride. As I drew in my head and was turning around, through the door St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in leather from his head to his boots, and his clothes were all studded and he looked like a brute. A bundle of saddlebags was flung on his back, and he looked like a badass when he opened his sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his tattoos, how scary. He reeked of gasoline, his nose like a cherry. His grizzled old mouth was drawn up in a smirk, and the beard of his chin was black as the dirt. The stump of a cigar he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a big bare belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and broad, a right scary old bugger, and I laughed when I saw him, though he looked like a mugger. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word and did what he liked, and filled the whole garage with Harley Davidson bikes. And laying his finger on the side of his nose, and giving a nod, back to the sleigh he goes. He revved up the engines, which roared into life, and away they all flew into the night. But I heard him exclaim as he rode out of sight, Harley Davidsons to all, and to all a good ride.
G'day riders, this is Mr. Kiwi Rider.
And Mrs. Kiwi Rider.
Obviously we like Harley Davidsons, but it doesn't matter what you ride, but that you ride.
We want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Groovy Kwanzaa,
or whatever it is you crazy kids do these days. So from Mrs. Kiwi Rider
and Mr. Kiwi Rider, have a great Christmas and holiday season.
And love and give and share as much as you can.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Groovy Kwanzaa.
Or whatever it is you crazy kids do these days. So, from Mrs. Kiwi Rider
and Mr. Kiwi Rider, I can't remember what I have to say. Have a great Christmas and holiday season.